it's day 304 of the massive organization of the workbench, which is now a disgusting mess again. But for good reason. We've now installed my new vise, which has been sitting under there with those motors, which they'll probably sit for 900 years. Been sitting forever, so we put some bolts in. And now we getting fancy. We got the grinder bolted down. I have to hold it with my left hand and grind with the left. We're getting real professional here, folks. That's all I'm going to say. And then, so in the aftermath again, some more broken eggs to the omelet. But we're going to clean that up right now. And I think we've decided to work on the 25, which you've seen in other videos. Works good. Just got that one bolt head problem. See if we can salvage the head. If not, we're going to have to pull the power head off and pray for another donor, which never comes. Everybody wants $700. And then we'll get the big red and the 7.5 and all that other goody two-shoe stuff right now. So right now, I just have to put everything away, clean everything up, and reorganize all this crap. By reorganize, I mean just put it in another spot. I'll get the drawer out of here and everything. I did find some 25 horsepowers. They're all solid hour, 2-hour drives to get. And they don't run, and the people want it. The one was 300, the other one was 250. Now, you guys might be saying, well, you know, 25 horsepower, I can get it running. It's worth it all day. Problem is, if it's $300 and I can't get it running, I'm out $300 as opposed to getting my $50 motor some old guy had and just didn't want to be bothered with. Plus, you know, it's a lot more than that. It's marital hassle. It's the long drive, being away from the kids. I can take the kids with me. And money's always tight as it is. And with these 4 projects sitting here collecting dust, I can't make any money on those. So, the funds are tight. Life is tight. I'm not complaining either. Just waiting for my opportunity. Plus, with these projects sitting here again, who am I to go buy new projects? Then I have 6 projects sitting waiting because I get stumped all the time. So, we have to figure these motors out. These ones that are sitting here, dying to be used or sold to somebody else who can appreciate them or do better than I can. What's cool is now with the other vise, I can do 2 projects at the same time. Or lower unit, and instead of taking my big heavy power head off this mice, put it on the floor, put the lower unit up there, I could bang out a motor. At least it'll save me a little time. Big 25 back up to the workstation. We'll probably put her over there. Put this drawer back in. Blackout Bill also enjoys black coffee. It's actually not black coffee, it's Keto coffee. A little bulletproof, some heavy cream. Okay, that's. Here is the pump for the Audi that I did want to rebuild. It's another project on the shelf. We're gonna leave that there for now. Oh god, this motor's heavy. Left. I'm wondering why I'm saving gloves. Anybody else have this problem? Right hand. Same brand. Where's the other? What do I do with my left hand gloves? They're like socks in a dryer? They just go disappearing? What am I doing? Am I Michael Jackson in my gloves? Am I only putting on the right hand and throwing the left one away? I got problems. I think I should throw all these out. What am I going to do with a bunch of left-handed gloves? Right-handed gloves. One of my biggest pet peeves is storing stuff on stairs. Because you can't walk on stairs. And they just fall down. Tools I've been missing. Now what bothers me about this motor is it's complete and it does run. Everything's good with it. And just seeps water out of the one spot I tapped it. And it's got a screw in here. An old style 60 screw. Because I couldn't find a bolt. Now I know I got a bolt somewhere. Or maybe that's what it was. Maybe I tapped it with threads that didn't fit the bolt. And I'm afraid, I don't know how many tapped threads I have. So I'm afraid if I over tighten it, I'll ruin the original tap. and screw up the whole head, essentially. Not that it's pretty much screwed as it is. What we'll do is we'll take this out, we'll re-tap it, and try to maybe even tap it deeper. I don't know how I'm gonna get a drill bit through the center of the taps without ruining the threads, but it's an idea. I got an idea that I wanna share. You don't like it, so what? I don't care. Is that how that goes? I got an idea, that's right. I got an idea that I wanna share. You don't like it, so what? I don't care. Let's get Big Beastie over here. Alrighty. Now, this is a long shaft. Other projects in the future include me picking up a smaller boat. The problem is, in New Jersey, any motorized craft needs to be registered. And you cannot get a small 10-foot boat with a title because they don't need them. They use small electric motors, but I got all these little cute 7.5 horsepower short shaft motors. Even the 25 and the 10 and the 15 horsepower short shaft motors don't propel my boat. And when I fix the motors, you guys look at the video and you're like, something's wrong. And I keep telling everybody, it's the boat, it's the boat, it's the boat. So I'm trying to find a small boat that I don't need a trailer for it. I can throw in my pickup, head to the lake, put the 7.5 on there, zip, 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 Chessman thing. And so I am working on that. Fall. Ooh, 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 don't fall. Do not fall. Do not fall. Do you not speak English? Gravity hates me. You guys want to pick a fight? Pick a fight with gravity. Good luck. It's whooping my ass every time. Like, well, Blackout Bill, you got a 200-pound motor balancing on a tip. What do you expect? Expect it to stay. That's what I expected. Stay. Man, tell you what, in a minute. It's been a minute since we had a motor up on the old dock stand. Alright, before my workstation went up. It's in pretty tight. So here's our bolt in question. Let's get a big screwdriver and see how it's kind of tight in there. I mean, it's a head bolt, so it should be tight. And I think I didn't want to run with a hex bolt because I knew I would over tighten it. See if I can tighten. And I can't tighten it anymore. So the fact that water's seeping out and I can't tighten it anymore either means this is bottomed out, or I just can't get the proper torque with a flathead screw. It's probably why they stopped using them, especially for head bolts. Yes, it wasn't hard coming out, and in doing so, I think I have a solid like 3 threads. They're very shiny at the very end, and you can see I really chipped the crap out of the head itself. It's just drilling was not. Here's my pro tip. Well, Blackout Bill pro tip. You can find those in all kinds of hardware stores. Go on Amazon. They will not cut in the metal, no matter how much you try. I found a lot of success buying something like this. Now, I've showed this in other videos. Okay. They take a ton more beating. So even if this doesn't, the small one that's in here, even if that doesn't cut through metal, it won't snap on you. You get the ones in the green case, and every time you try to go with a little one, it breaks. Ping, ping, every 2 seconds. So that's my pro tip on that one. So let's see if we can run a tap in there. I also think the other problem is it's off-centered. It's not perfectly centered. So this, this screw wants to go this way, and the hole is down here a little bit. Makes it hard to torque it right. So if I stick a tap in there right now, it'll probably not go anywhere. I really would like to not put the whole, take the whole head back off, but I will. I will, because this is the only problem with this motor. This one doesn't essentially screw in. And I forget what size I use. Oh, more than the last one. You can see already, look at the pitch of look how high up it is in the head. So the screw's going in sideways to begin with. It's not ideal. It's a good possibility this head's going to have to be, this whole block's going to have to be scrapped. Now, I could take it to a machine shop, but that's another problem. You guys tell me where to go. I search everywhere. You know, you call up a place, and they all say no, we don't do that. Nobody's going to take an old antique outboard and work on it in a machine shop. We got too much other big high-scale business. That other bolt looked like it was not quite, it looked like it was about to strip, but it looked like the bolt was tripping. So something tells me the threads might have been not right. So I took our tap and I refixed the threads, or at least I tried to. I found a bolt that's an original Evinrude bolt that matched those threads. And then I got a spacer because it's not actually a head bolt, it's for something else. So I tightened up this one, and I gave this one and this one a little, even though it's out of sync, but hopefully the whole head ain't warped. And when we started up again, we saw water coming out of these, coming out of the side here. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if maybe another wrench down on this one. This spacer's a little too big. If it was a 16th smaller, it would have been better. It would have grabbed more threads, but I think I have enough threads in there to tighten it. So we're going to put this in the barrel and see what happened. I also adjusted the Lincoln sync on this, and I got to get a piece of a shim or a wood. There's slop here. When you turn the handle, it won't go all the way neutral because of the slop that's in just over time. This piece is actually kind of like plasticky or a real thin metal. So right now it's paper just to see if it would work. So if I get a metal shim in there, that'll clean up the slop there, which will clean up the slop in the handle, and it'll clean up the slop in the throttle response. And I got it synced up right at my marks. My 2 little marks there. I got it synced up right at my 2 little marks there. It opens just in time for that now, so that should work good, a lot better. And we'll clean up the kill switch wires there, and maybe clean it up a little bit and see if we can get it to not leak water out the head.